possible that's what you said?
No, would never say that. Like, there's no place for that in our league. Wouldn't say that.
So even though you can't remember, you know that was not what you said?
I know it wasn't that because I wouldn't use that type of language.
Okay.
Sentiments of this kind are contrary to the principles of inclusion and respect that form the foundation of our diverse, multicultural, and multi-ethnic league. They simply have no place in the NBA. Effective immediately, I am banning...
While the league seemed to push Brittney into the background, Caitlin Clark was brought to the spotlight. She was featured in ads, highlighted in headlines, and promoted as the future of the league before her rookie season had even finished. The contrast was impossible to miss. To many longtime fans, it felt like Griner was always labeled as too much, while Clark was presented as just right. That shift sparked questions. Why are certain players expected to carry the league through its toughest moments, only to be sidelined when someone more marketable comes along? One viral post summed it up bluntly. This will not end well for the WNBA. What's adding to the frustration is the league's silence. No clear statements, no corrections to rumors, and no explanation for why Griner's status changed so suddenly. The longer the WNBA avoids addressing it, the more fans believe this is less about a single decision and more about a bigger cover-up. And that's why many are saying, whatever Brittney's next move is, it could reshape everything. Because if the league thought she would walk away quietly, fans don't believe that's who Brittney is.
And pioneers of the game, like Earl Lloyd, Chuck Cooper, Sweetwater Clifton, the great Bill Russell, and particularly Magic Johnson, I apologize.
Everything started after that Caitlin Clark clip went viral. What began as regular basketball banter quickly turned into a heated debate that went far beyond the game itself. Within hours, the conversation shifted from discussions about fouls and sportsmanship to speculation about Brittney Griner's place in the league. Online forums and social media amplified the chatter, with unverified posts and screenshots circulating widely, none of them backed by credible sources. Despite the lack of confirmation, these rumors spread faster than the league could respond. Here's a clip from one TikTok user sharing his perspective on the situation and how fans are reacting.
With Brittney Griner in the midst, people are actually speculating, hey, this probably really could have happened because a lot of people believe that Brittney Griner is not a female. A lot of people believe that Brittney Griner is the first male to play in the WNBA.
Even after the video went viral, the league didn't release any official statement. Instead, fans noticed some unusual changes like her name being pulled from promotional campaigns, her jersey disappearing from the team store, and updates quietly being made on the WNBA homepage. Rumors began circulating online that her eligibility was under review, though nothing was confirmed by the league. By the end of the week, reports claimed she was no longer listed on the active roster. That's when Commissioner Adam Silver's name started coming up in conversations, with people speculating about his involvement. Here's Adam addressing the situation in his own words.
Effective immediately, I am banning...
Now many fans are starting to raise a different question, not whether the rumors are true, but why the league chose this exact moment to respond. To some, it feels less like a reaction and more like a long-planned decision. Conversations about Brittney Griner have been ongoing for years, with debates about her playing style, strength, and unique presence on the court. Social media only fueled the speculation, as fans pointed to moments and images that sparked further discussions. While much of this remains unverified and based on opinion, the leak acted as a trigger for conversations that had been simmering for a long time. Here's a clip of how fans online are reacting to the situation today.
Swaggy, Brittney, let me see something real quick. Brick, thank you. Get the out of here, yo. Jab stepping, it's a brick. Swing and a miss.
Oh!
Yo, I ain't gonna fake it right now.
Swag is down for the count. Let's get it.
Got my hand right here.
As you can see, public attention around Brittney Griner hasn't only been about basketball. After her arrest in Russia, rumors online exploded, with people speculating about her imprisonment and spreading unverified claims. None of those stories were ever confirmed by her legal team, prison officials, or the league. But the lack of official statements gave space for conspiracy theories to grow. Social media platforms like Reddit, TikTok, and various commentary channels began rewatching old interviews, photos, and press conferences, fueling further debate. Despite all that noise, the WNBA continued to feature her in major campaigns, including Pride Month celebrations, and highlighted her return from Russia, like in this clip here.
Start off with the Mercury. Thank you so much, everybody with the Phoenix Mercury organization. All the hard work, long hours, everything that y'all did for me, my wife, my family, getting me back home, being there, supporting me, letting me know that I wasn't alone. It means everything to me, to everybody. Vince, Bryce, Jim, coach, everybody, the players. It goes all the way down to the people that keep this building running.
Fans have been piecing this story together for years, and many believe that if the league had stayed silent a little longer, the conversation might have faded away. But now, the focus isn't just on Brittney Griner, it's on what the WNBA and NBA leadership may have known and how they chose to respond. At first, people pointed fingers directly at the WNBA, but soon Commissioner Adam Silver's name started surfacing in discussions. Reports suggest that once the situation began gaining traction online, Silver got involved quickly, not necessarily because of rule violations, but because of optics. With sponsors growing nervous, fans divided, and rising stars like Caitlin Clark caught in the middle, league executives were under pressure to act. According to insiders, the goal was to keep the All-Star Weekend free of controversy and maintain focus on the game. Some believe it was less about anything Griner said or did, and more about protecting the league's image during a record-breaking season. Silver himself even acknowledged that league partners had started raising concerns. And in case you missed it, here's the clip.
And cause current and former players, coaches, fans, and partners of the NBA to question their very association with the league.
While the public was busy debating rumors, Commissioner Adam Silver was already making moves behind the scenes. Reports suggest Brittney Griner was quietly pulled from WNBA press events, and according to insiders, she wasn't even notified directly, she only realized when her name didn't appear in the league's database. That left many questioning. If Silver had no involvement, why hasn't he publicly distanced himself from the decision? To fans, it feels less like a suspension and more like she was erased. Insiders also claim Griner's team is exploring legal options, arguing that she passed all eligibility checks when she entered the league and that no new rule changes have been announced. This raises a bigger question. What exactly is the WNBA accusing her of now? At the same time, fans point out that the league has never required gender testing, never created policies around biological eligibility, and has always focused on performance and conduct standards instead. That's why, for many, the handling of this situation feels less about rules and more about optics. Here's a quick rundown of what the WNBA actually includes in its eligibility checklist.
Women's basketball. Girls have to stay in college 2 years or 3 years?
4 years.
Oh, they gotta do all 4.
4 years. They gotta do all 4 years. You have to be a senior you have to be a senior or completed, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, or be the age of, you know what I'm saying, a senior. You can't have any more eligible, you know what I'm saying? You have to play 4 years in the NCAA in order to be eligible to go to the WNBA.
Some fans believe the documents weren't released by accident. They see it as part of a larger attempt to damage Brittney Griner's reputation. To them, this didn't feel like transparency. It felt like a setup. And when the league appeared to brush the controversy aside, fans responded the way they usually do, by digging up receipts. What they found raised bigger questions not just about Griner, but about how the WNBA has treated other players who didn't fit the league's preferred image. One name that quickly came up was Liz Cambage. She previously spoke out about racism within the sport, but instead of being fully heard, she was often portrayed as a problem. Even after addressing the issue in interviews, the narrative didn't change. Here's an example clip of Cambage discussing her side of the story.
Report says that you called the players monkeys and told them to go back to their third world country. You have vehemently denied these reports.
Yes.
But there is also a group of people that say that you did say these things. Why are these stories so drastically different?
A lot of girls don't like me. I don't really lean towards racially backed insults. That's not how I go. I'm very pro-black.
Then there's Skylar Diggins-Smith. She pushed through injuries, returned to the court after giving birth, and still found herself sidelined by her own team with little explanation. To many fans, these stories aren't isolated incidents. They reflect a broader pattern that's becoming harder to ignore. Here's one fan sharing their perspective on the Skylar situation.
Now, this was a quote that she said. She said, "I know I may not be everyone's cup of tea in that locker room. Why is there always drama with this girl?" And I thought the caption here was interesting. She's like, "Working on improving myself, not proving myself."
Brittney's story is now being viewed by many fans as part of that same ongoing cycle. On social media, people began resurfacing old clips where she appeared uncomfortable during interviews, especially those that ended suddenly. Here's one example where she cut things short, leaving the reporter mid-question. While the league seemed to push Brittney into the background, Caitlin Clark was brought to the spotlight. She was featured in ads, highlighted in headlines, and promoted as the future of the league before her rookie season had even finished. The contrast was impossible to miss. To many longtime fans, it felt like Griner was always labeled as too much, while Clark was presented as just right. That shift sparked questions. Why are certain players expected to carry the league through its toughest moments, only to be sidelined when someone more marketable comes along? One viral post summed it up bluntly: "This will not end well for the WNBA." What's adding to the frustration is the league's silence. No clear statements, no corrections to rumors, and no explanation for why Griner's status changed so suddenly. The longer the WNBA avoids addressing it, the more fans believe this is less about a single decision and more about a bigger cover-up. And that's why many are saying whatever Brittney's next move is, it could reshape everything. Because if the league thought she would walk away quietly, fans don't believe that's who Brittney is.